I'm nervous. It's a pretty good book, let's be real. Were we reading different books? Maybe this is gonna make me sad. Maybe this was a bad decision. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Casual. For those who are new here, we are so glad to have you here today. We are here with a little bit of a different type of video. I saw Kindle do this video and I really liked the concept. Today we are going to be looking at 5-star reviews of the books that I dislike and 1-star reviews of the books that I absolutely loved. Does that make sense? Kind of like a best of the worst, worst of the best situation. I'm nervous. I'm using Goodreads for this. I'm nervous because I don't always agree with Goodreads. I don't really use it very much. I need to probably more than I do. I need to update it. But I really like Storygraph better for the statistics and whatnot. I'm also not good at keeping up with that. I have everything on my iPad and I keep forgetting to put it into an app. I'm gonna try to get better about using Storygraph, so feel free to add me if you would like. The link is down in the description, along with all my other socials. Also, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you. Tick the notification bell if you haven't already, so you get notified when every video is live. But let's hop into it. My first one that I'm gonna use, that I'm gonna look through is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. It's the second part in the Part of Your World series. Part of Your World is also very good. Looks like overall I got a 4.33, which is pretty good. It was a nominee for Best Romance 2023 of the Goodreads Choice Awards. Also, if you're a Book of the Month member, it won their Book of the Year. It's a pretty good book, let's be real. So there's not that many 1 stars to pick from. It's a tiny little sliver, but 4.5. I was gonna give it a 4, but I really think it's more of a 4.5. Heather! She's my favorite YouTuber ever. All right, 1 stars. Let's see what it says. This one says, bottom line, I don't know what I did in a past life to deserve it, but this was a punishing read. What? Because the miscommunication, cliffhangers in this book, chapters that ended with ellipses. Oh, girl, don't read a thriller. I cannot take the anxiety that's leaping off these pages. Not only are you caught up in the anxiety, it's indecisive and repetitive. I have a very difficult time believing a well-educated doctor who has been through every department in a hospital during his residency can't cope with being in a new hospital? Okay, so this person is just, they don't have anxiety and they don't know what life is like with anxiety. That's what that means. And sweetie, your ableism is showing. Too many tropes. Okay. Maybe this is gonna make me sad. Maybe this was a bad decision. I just could not. I'm also guessing it's fake. I'm guessing it's fake dating. And I hate that trope. Oh, Lord. We don't like your take. I dock a star for every 10 real life things you mention in a book? Huh? Versus what? Made up things? Fantasy? You just like fantasy, I guess. That's the only thing that you can read is fantasy, I guess. How am I supposed to buy that 2 doctors, ER doctors at that, are this unstable and fragile and no chemistry? Not just if I can stomach another one of these books. I can't with these people. Those are all such bad takes. Such bad takes. Let's try The Lost Village by Camilla Stin. My other favorite book of the moment. 3.54. That makes me sad. But we love Camilla Stin. We love her. Wow, this didn't get very many 5 stars. Lots of 4 stars, though. Definitely more 4 stars. All right, so let's go to 1 star. Story is extremely predictable, and most of the characters are idiots. Huh? Oh, because you're just smarter than everybody else, Jason. My other big problem with the book is there were the points of view. You switch from now with Alice and her documentary team, and then which features Alice's great-grandmother leading up to the disappearance. Yeah, it's a then and now perspective. There were also letters from Alice's great-aunt to her grandmother that kept showing up in the now section. Okay. The letters and the then section get pretty redundant. No, they didn't say the same thing over and over again. They were giving more context to the story. Where they were worthwhile, they could easily have been included in one of the many letters. Well, yeah, but it's to keep the story going. This is the person that loves long chapters. And it's just like, this whole book could have been 4 pages. It's like, yeah, we get that this meeting could have been an email. But like, that's the point of reading. It's like you get lost in the story. And where there's more story, there's more information. The disappearance and the then chapters take place in 1959, but feel more like it should be in 1899. But like the Amish have more up-to-date technology. This is written from an American perspective, that's for sure. Also, 1959, they just got done with World War II. What kind of technology do you think that they had? You've been playing Fallout too much. The most loathsome and selfish, irritating main character that I had the misfortune of encountering in ages. What? I have no idea what possessed me to pick up this book because I don't usually read any kind of horror. You lost me. I will take your review and you can shove it, because why would you rate a book 1 star if it says, look at that cover, like, you know that is a horror book? Why are you reading it if you A, don't read horror, B, why would you go into a horror thinking that you're gonna like it when you don't like horror? Maybe this was a bad idea. I'll do The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. 3.95. Okay, so this was a nominee for Best Romance in 2021. So, people really liked this. It almost got 4 stars. I have a feeling that people are going to be upset by the way that she talks about autism and the main character's journey through discovering her autism. And if you don't know that the author, Helen Huang, is autistic herself and went through this process, then you could say that, but I don't know. And also, it's a cheesy romance. What do you want? You know? But we'll see. I love her. She's probably my favorite author right now. All right, let's see. Let's see the bad takes. I hate giving Helen Huang a 1-star review. I really do. I love the Kiss Quotient and the Bride Test and have been looking forward to this book for months, but it just doesn't work. It's not a romance. It's a contemporary fiction book about coming to terms with an autism diagnosis and battling mental illness. Okay. I mean, what else do you want? So you're mad that it had more substance to the book? Alright. Weird, but okay. Imagine writing half a memoir that focuses heavily on the character development of a woman with a very toxic romance. Very toxic on-page family as the conclusion to a light and steamy romance series. Were we reading different books? What part of this was light and steamy of the other 2 books? Maybe the first one, maybe Kiss Quotient, because there weren't really stakes in that one. But the second one with Kai and Esme, there were real stakes. She had a child on the line and she was gonna have to go back to Vietnam. Like, those are not light. I cried through every single book in this series. I don't know why people think this is light and steamy. Yeah, it's steamy, but it's not light. Not a romance. Being inside of Anna's head is a effing nightmare. Quan is a Gary Stew whose only flaw is missing a testicle. Don't waste your time. Why is it okay, this is another ableist person. If you have any thoughts or any inkling that you could be autistic, you will very much relate to this book. And it's not a romance. It's a women's fiction. She said so herself. Part memoir, part romance. Part memoir, part romance. It's right there in the title. Whatever. Okay, so those were my 5 stars of the books that I loved. Let's see. What's a book that I really didn't like? One of them that I have is The Spite House by Johnny Compton. I could not stand this book. It should not have a 3.53. I hate talking about, see, 1 star. I hate talking about books negatively. So I realized that this is probably not a great thing to do for me and my mental health. However, I think it's good to try to understand how people feel. Let's check. 5 stars. 4.5. Okay, so not actually 5. Layered gothic horror with an old school feel. Spite House reminds me of those horror novels from the 80s, such as Elementals. Okay, so very specific references. Where the story starts out as character-focused slow burn, then nosedives into a horror that's more psychological and fantastical. I mean, kinda. Ah. They listen to the audiobook. Potentially makes it better. I don't know. There's something just magical about a novel that doesn't give all the answers, leaving the reader to fill in the blanks to their heart's content. No. It's too many tropes. It's too many tropes put in this one thing. This is a modern-day Shirley Jackson? That's quite a sentence. The book has a slow to medium pace, so be aware that you will not be met with spooks on every page. Try hardly ever. It's part paranormal investigation, part confrontation of racism in America, and part of family generational trauma, with a sprinkle of small-town politics and pet cemetery. You are reaching. And if that, I could say that this could be the way that you say it. However, for me, that just was like trope. All of the tropes that you could possibly have. It was too much. It was too much, and they didn't go together well enough, in my opinion. All right. Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I gave it a 2 stars. I absolutely adore Riley Sager, and I will buy every book that he has. You know, when people are like, I'd read his grocery list. I will. However, this book was written well, but I could not stand the main character. Now, say what you will about that. That means that people really liked it, and, you know, that it was written well enough for me to feel that way about the character. However, this character can just suck it. I don't... Just not for me. Just not for me. So let's look at the 1-star category. This would be 2 stars, but the book automatically gets deducted a star because the author is a man who couldn't sell any books as a man, so he created an ambiguous pen name for himself and threw the word girl into his first book title to join the post-Gone Girl obsession with books about murdered women. Suddenly he's a real author. Boo-hoo, eat a dick. That was funny. Okay, 5 stars. I just wanted to feel better about the way that I felt. Okay, 5 stars though. Why she put gifts in her thing? That's funny. Love you so much. You've written the perfect summer thriller. Take me back to camp. No. Okay. No. Oh my gosh, so many gifts. This review. Last Time I Lied has been picked up by Amazon Studios to be developed into a series. Okay, I could see that. Maybe I'll like it in video form. Trying my best to contain my excitement and review Riley Sager's new book in a professional manner. Yippee. See, that I only used 1 exclamation point. Oh my gosh. Is this like a blog post? Okay. The Last Time I Lied is a brilliant and campy, pun intended, mystery for all you grown-up fans of Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys. Do not blaspheme the name of Nancy Drew like that. Summer beach novel must read. This nostalgic and twisted look back at your own summer camp memories is terrific fun. No. Too many things. So I think that I understand a lot of these reviews these are either their first Riley Sager book they've ever read, or this is their first thriller that they've ever read. Now, I love Riley Sager. I do agree that I read them in the wrong order. I should have read Survive the Night first and gone from there, but I didn't know that I needed to read them from worst to best. Unfortunately, I read some bangers first, and then they went downhill from there. If you hadn't read any Riley Sager, I think I could understand you giving it a higher rating. However, I did not read it in that order, and so I did not give it that rating. Holy shooty balls, this was a good one. That's funny. I do like the 2 truths and a lie thing that people keep putting into this. Going to sound odd, but I felt as though I was in a forest of browns and greens every time I picked this book up. So atmospheric and descriptive, I felt as though I was at a camp with these girls. Yeah, I mean, he described it well. Ah, many thanks for my copy of this book. I don't know, I can't take... If they're like, oh, look, I got the book for free, here's a good review. Like, it seems very iffy to me. But, do you agree? All right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video with me today. Do you agree with my reviews that I said? My opinions that I stated? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. But we're being nice. We're not being mean. In the comments. Feel free to let me know if you have any other video ideas or books that you'd like me to read. Any books I should stay away from. I love you all. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you can know when these videos go live. And support your local library. Stay safe and happy reading.